Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about somebody that is like the image in my mind is from Napoleon Dynamite when he walks down the hallway in school and kicks at his locker. So that kind of vibe. Moody, irritable, defensive, like looking for a fight. And I feel like this is because whoever I'm picking up on, they've done something here that they feel like they could have handled differently or handled better. And it's put them in a situation where things might be a little bit more complicated than they would have been otherwise. So I think they're angry at themselves and trying to kind of weasel their way out of this accountability and almost like find somebody else to blame. But let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Or a lot. It's a lot. Sorry. I hope I didn't hurt your ears. We're going to dive right in with the situations deck and see what else we have for you. All right. What do we have? This one came out yesterday. We have the love affair card. Dirty little secret. That one came out yesterday. I don't know. I'm going to shuffle some more just to make sure. Like I shuffled twice, but you know. Hi there, Tiana. How are you doing? If it comes out again, I'm gonna like kind of lose my mind. All right, we have receipts, and it's in the reverse, and ascension. So we have somebody that is realizing that some truth that they tried to fight against is just, it is. They've had to accept something that was maybe a little bit difficult for them, but it's part of their journey. It's part of their ascension. So they're paying closer attention to their intuition. And it's, you know, sometimes when you let go of some of conventional beliefs or, I mean, we'll leave it at that, conventional beliefs, the way people want you to think, right? An overly logical approach to life, it can be a little bit daunting or a little bit of a jolt to rely on your intuition or make that change towards being a little bit more spiritual or a little bit more like we're connected, right? So I feel like this person is struggling with that shift. It's like their vision has changed, and they're adjusting to it. But we have spontaneous, unexpected surprise visit. Dun, dun, dun. So they might feel like it's time to have a conversation they've been avoiding because there's an unavoidable truth here. But why does this make them so mad? That's what I want to know. I think this person is frustrated that they are so hung up on someone. I think this is the realization that love can happen even when you don't want it to. Because whoever is focused on this divine feminine energy is somebody that it's like they feel they shouldn't be invested in this divine feminine. They feel like they shouldn't be pursuing this divine feminine. Maybe they were trying really hard to stay focused on a business venture or a project. Maybe they were just really dead set on not being in an exclusive relationship. There's something here about this divine feminine changing the course of this person's life, whoever's watching the divine feminine. Remember not to get too caught up on genders. These are all energies that I'm reading, and you could come out as any, you know, feminine, masculine energy, doesn't matter. Absolutely. Like for more spooky music. How's it going, Redbeard? Let's get into the tarot. We're going to go with the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? High Priestess in the reverse, Magician in the reverse. Someone realized without their intuition or without changing their perspective, they would not be able to accomplish what they want to accomplish. So it's kind of like, okay, I've been ignoring this pull for a long time, and it's getting overwhelming for me to continue to resist it. So I think this is not just a draw or a magnetism towards this divine feminine, but also the path that this person is supposed to be on, what they're supposed to be doing with their life, their mission, their purpose, however you want to call it, right? When the moon comes out, sometimes we see this as secrets, but what I see this is more of like a Lenormand approach. Lenormand, the moon can be indicative or like point towards someone's career ambitions or what they want to do. And so I feel like somebody was brought to a halt or was kind of limited in what they could do with their current or their previous career. And it forced them to question what they're doing, what they really want to do. And this is what the universe wanted of them. We want you to pivot. We want you to change. And this person had to be kind of blindfolded or tied up before they were willing to stop whatever they were doing before. Knight of Cups. So we had that in the reverse over here. Now he's coming out in the upright. Eight of Swords. He has been freed. Eight of Swords in the reverse is a restriction or limitation being lifted, a sense of you can move about the cabin, freedom, independence. So this person who's been moody is seeing some sort of opportunity, realizing that there's something they can do, but it requires a little bit of courage, or maybe a lot. Two of Cups. This person wants to admit how they feel, and it's like an aggravation to them. Like, I've never had to do this. I was doing just fine without having, to feel this way, but I can't let go of this person. Six of Wands, 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords, Two of Swords. I love that we have them paired off. The Six of Wands with the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Swords with the Two of Swords. Because here's what I see. I see two people, okay? Swords, generally, that's correlated with air signs, generally represents like intelligence, clarity, honesty, the truth, right? And then we have the Wands over here. Fire energy closely associates with passion, action. This person is realizing they have a red light in one direction and a green light in another. And they're at this crossroads and they have to decide, am I going to continue to fight against what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm feeling? Or am I going to be honest? Queen of Swords. This person is wielding the sword of truth confidently. And I feel like that's what the universe is saying. You have a choice. You can pursue what you know you want and be honest, or you can continue to be frustrated sitting at this red light, knowing that's not your path. The universe is being a little bit rough on this one, whoever you are. They're like, no, you can't go that way. We've blocked everything. The only way you can go is the way you actually want to go, that you don't want to admit you want to go because you're terrified of it. Three of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Swords. So the restriction that has been lifted is due to healing. Remember, we had the Ascension card come out? There is a truth that has been accepted. There is a change in someone's understanding of the world that has changed. And when you change on an emotional, or let's call it a spiritual level, it's like basically you sign a contract, because now the universe is like, we let you into that secret. We let you, understand your intuition a little bit better. Now we expect you to act differently. We expect you to no longer be this low vibe person. We expect you to pursue the things that you're supposed to be pursuing. So once you get through that healing, once you have this moment of ascension, now we expect you to act. Now we expect you to move, right? His Knight of Swords, this is like one of the fastest moving energies in the deck, right after like the Chariot. This is the Marigold Tarot. Ten of Cups in the reverse, Four of Cups, and the Ace of Rings or Ace of Pentacles. I think this person's being tested, or has recently been tested, in the sense of what you thought you wanted, we're going to give it to you. You're going to realize when you have what you thought you wanted, that it isn't the shiny coin that you thought it was, and that you'd be happier with less. So in other words, we might have somebody that was really focused on status, perception, fame, clout, all of that. And they were chasing a certain type of lifestyle or a certain type of relationship, a trophy, if you will. And now they're being kind of humbled to the point where they reject what they once wanted in favor of acknowledging what they really want is the good stuff, right? How do I put this into words? You save up, or you decide it's a good time to have like a little bit of a treat. Maybe you worked really hard. You go to a restaurant that's known for having really good food, but it's really expensive. And you go to this restaurant and they don't actually have space for you. You have to wait an hour if you want to eat there, but you're already like famished, right? So you think to yourself, I could wait an hour when I'm already hungry and eat some really expensive food in smaller portions because it's just overpriced. Or I could go home and I could make my favorite meal and eat faster. It's like this person, like the shine is off of whatever they thought was the best, okay? It's either a lifestyle, a career, a place, or a person, okay? And they see now the truth of the situation. They see what they had put up on a pedestal or what they had idealized as the perfect life, perfect partner, perfect job. It's not what they want. It doesn't make them feel the way this divine feminine does. So I see this Ace of Rings or Ace of Pentacles as almost like a restart or a selection that makes sense. Somebody having to say, yeah, that thing I was trying to manifest, that thing I told you I really wanted, I actually don't want it anymore. Turns out that, instead of the filet, I would actually just rather have fish and chips because that's like my favorite. Again, with the food analogies, sorry guys. This person is deciding that isn't what I wanted after all. I worked really hard for that, but I think I want something different. I think I'm going to have to be honest with myself about what makes me happy, and it's not that. Hi, Grace. How are you doing? Yes, exactly. The grass wasn't greener over there. Ooh, Taco Tuesday. Enjoy, Tiana. All right. Knight of Rings, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Wands, Two of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Swords. I think part of the reason this person has been distracting themselves or has been not wanting to think about this divine feminine situation is because they know that there's a conversation that needs to take place, and they've been kind of taking their sweet time. Maybe they'll start the conversation with me. Maybe I won't have to be the person to say it first. I mean, look, I love you all. Okay. Everything I do here is to try to help you all be like your best selves and be happy. So just put up with me for a couple seconds here. Whoever resonates with this Knight energy, I'm just going to call it like I see it. Okay. You're coming out as three different knights. Where's your king energy? Where's your queen energy? Where's your emperor? Where's your empress? This is immature energy to come out as the knight 3 times in a row. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, Knight of Rings. Now this is like upright energy. So I appreciate that a lot. And we had the Queen of Swords. But if you're going through an ascension, you have more in you. You have more boldness, you have more courage, you have more confidence than I think you're giving yourself credit for. So what I want you to do is really focus on what your thoughts are. What are you allowing your brain to chew on? Because if you're sitting over there talking down on yourself, procrastinating on this conversation because you think automatically you're going to be rejected, think about the power of your thoughts. Consider how it might be different if you were to focus on the positive outcome that you want. Because I think you're assuming the worst because you have been through a lot. And I think you're maybe not viewing the divine feminine as their own person, right? Sometimes we take our experiences from other people and apply them elsewhere, expecting those patterns to ring true, right? They don't always. And we have to be like aware of that. Hi there, Peggy. How are you doing? So we have the Hermit and the World. What do you do when you know things need to change? With every fiber of your being, you know that it's time to pivot. You know that it's time to change. But you don't know where to begin. I think this person has an idea of what they want, but doesn't know where to start, right? Like, you guys, I knew in, I think it was like maybe April or May, probably May of last year, that I was going to move from Minneapolis to Tennessee. And I did some things here or there to try to minimize the effort I would have to do in terms of moving across the country, because I knew I couldn't bring everything with me, right? So I was giving stuff away, I was selling stuff, whatever. But legitimately, I packed up my shit in 2 weeks. Now, if I knew in May that I was moving in like October, November area or time frame, why the hell was I wasting all of that time? I could have gotten way ahead of that shit. I could have packed up all my summer stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm calling myself out here because I don't want you to think that I think I'm perfect. I really don't. I'm here because maybe what I've been through can help you all and we can help each other, right? There's something here about like, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to say. I know what I want. I know what gets me what I want. But I'm just gonna fuck off for a couple months, several weeks, and then I'll do the thing. Look, I made it here in one piece, okay? I still don't fully know what I still have, what I still own, and what I left in Minnesota, okay? There's still boxes I need to go through. But this person, whoever you are, I'm just letting you know you've got time or you've had time to think about things. You know what you want. Don't take 8 years to go after it, okay? Because this is a big blessing and it has a ripple effect on your life, okay? You see those rings inside the rings. When you make this choice for yourself, things improve in multiple areas in your life. It restores balance to your life. It shows that you're willing to fight for what you want. Notice with the 6 of rings, we have 2 hands on that little knife. Is that a 2-hander? I don't know. It doesn't really look like a 2-hander to me. I think I could handle that just fine with one. But you're being told whatever you're doing is a 2-hand moment. Make fun of me all you want in the comments, you guys. Totally cool with it. This is a moment where you put both hands on the steering wheel, okay? It's a little windy outside. You might miss your turn. There's some like not great drivers next to you. Both hands, okay? And then you can handle your shit. But you need to like do it. What's that movie? I think it's Wedding Crashers, where Ben Stiller's character is like, do it, do it. That's the message for this one. Hi there, Nancy. How are you doing? Good morning, Masters. How are we doing today? We have the 2 of Rings or 2 of Pentacles and the Moon. Oops. So, look. This is a really strong connection that is, I feel, in kind of its infancy. You may have had experiences with each other. You may have had great conversations. You may have even dated for some of you. But what I'm telling you is this is the tip of the iceberg, okay? There is a lot here that you two are meant to enjoy or adventure through together. And part of the earning that blessing is not knowing what it is, okay? I'm sure some of you out there are like, man, it must be great to be Carmen. She could just like read the tarot cards and know everything that's going to happen in her life. What if I told you I don't like to do that? What if I told you I think that there's strength in accepting there are times for tarot and there are times for not using tarot? Sometimes we have to rely on our inner intuition and not rely on the in-your-face validations. Sometimes it's just better to listen to the lyrics of your songs that play. You know, if you're not specifically choosing which songs are being played or listening in a specific order, sometimes those messages come through, right? Those lyrics can be really powerful. So I feel like there's somebody here that understands that there's something really beautiful or a blessing here, but it's like they want more information. I need to know how it's going to go. I need to know if I'm going to get rejected. I need to know what to say. I need to know where I should live. I need to know what. Bring it in. You don't need to know all the details. If that's the right path for you, it might be a little foggy, might be a little bit like overcast. But if that's your direction, that's your direction. And you better keep trucking, okay? Oh, hello, Shyla. I love it. So we have 10 of Wands in the reverse, 8 of Wands, 7 of Swords. It's overwhelming for this person to consider what needs to be said, the conversation that needs to be had, and it's crumbling, okay? This person is staring at what steps they foresee, that conversation they need to have, the things they need to do to change their life, and it seems daunting. Seems overwhelming. But if it's your path, things will be made easier for you. Time is of the essence. And if you fall back into, whoever resonates with this night energy, if you fall back into being dishonest with yourself about what you want or what life is for, who this divine feminine is for you, you will not be very pleased with yourself. You will continue to be this moody, defensive person, right? And I want you to be happy. You're all in your head. That's the problem. Here's that king energy I was talking about, though. You're coming out as the King of Cups. 6 of Wands in the reverse indicates that we have a little bit of a confidence issue, right? Like I've been saying, I know what I want. I know what I need to do, but I'm a little nervous. I want to know how things are going to go. You're not going to know how things are going to go. You're going to have to just like put it out there, see what happens. Like, how many of you out there have never put yourself out there with a person? Hey, I like you. I think you're cool. Let's do the thing. With zero idea on whether or not that person's into you or also interested in that venture. This might be somebody who's never done that, who's just waited for things to come to them, to fall into their lap, served up on a silver platter. Hey, that's fun and all, but don't you want a little bit of the thrill of the chase? Don't you want a little bit of mystery in your life? Maybe. All right, so we have the Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. It's a new beginning, just like waiting there for you. You've learned quite a lot. There's more that you will learn. But if you've got that wisdom, if you have that change in perspective, it's important to act on it. It's like when you start a new job and they tell you that at the 6-month mark, you can do like a matching program for your 401k, right? If you don't have that, if you're like outside of the US or whatever, and they don't do that, your employer sometimes will donate or like match a percentage of what you're putting into a retirement fund. Some people are like, oh yeah, it's already 6 months. I should probably get around to doing that. Paperwork though, right? And then it's like a year later, a year and a half later, and they still haven't done it, right? That's money you've missed out on that somebody else was just going to give to you because you were also putting in, right? When people give you an opportunity and you sit on it, you are lessening the value of that blessing. There's a blessing here that is like in a video game that's just about to disappear. Somebody else is going to take it, or it's going to fall into a cavernous hole. You're just not going to get it. So I feel like the universe is antsy. They're like, hey, you. We thought this is what you wanted. We have number 14, message of concern, and number 6, mature woman. And number 24, thief. For some of you, this divine feminine is going to send a message, and something within that message tells you that they need help, or that they need you. It might even be a message in your dreams. It might not be a vocalized, right? Like you're going to know that this person needs to hear from you. And it's a test. Are you actually going to reach out to that person? For some of you, it's straight up about your intuition. If we use your intuition to communicate with you that you need to reach out to this person and be honest, what are you going to do? Are you going to listen to your intuition? Because if not, somebody's going to take this blessing from you. Somebody else is going to get what you want. Hi there, Kevin. How are you doing? Hold my beer. Yeah, because there might be somebody else that's watching this Divine Feminine. All right, this is the Metamuse. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. Emperor in the reverse. 10 of Cups. This Queen of Wands in the reverse really does seem to be expressing a lack of confidence, insecurity, questioning or doubting whether or not something is for you or that you would be able to achieve or claim this, right? And the Emperor in the reverse lines up with our Magician in the reverse energy, a willingness to let something pass you by because you aren't standing up for what you want. You aren't fighting for what it is that you want. And what is it that you want? That 10 of Cups vibe. So in other words, this is somebody you could have a very solid relationship with, but you don't get it unless you fight for it. You don't get it if you wait for it to fall in your lap. High Priestess. Four of Wands. Your intuition is telling you that it's time to move to the next chapter, time to level up, time to be who you're supposed to be. But the Four of Wands can also symbolize marriage. So for some of you, you're terrified of this romantic connection because this is the real deal. And you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Have I studied enough? Have I done enough? I don't know. This is the Zodiac fortune telling cards. We have, you will be more successful telling the truth at all times, right next to the Ace of Swords. Just saying. The truth is a big part of this reading. This King of Cups needs to be honest. You will overcome your domestic troubles. You will receive a check or paper money soon. A reception where you will meet someone. So for some of you, this pop-up means you're going to run into this person. Whoever you are, the Divine Feminine or the King of Cups, you're going to run into this person. For others of you, if this person, this King of Cups, does not make their move on the Divine Feminine is meeting a new person who's ascended that is actually going to go after what they want. So, yeah, it's up to you, King of Cups. What happens? Kind of, mostly. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you, everyone, for the lively chat, the likes and subscribes. Sending you my love, and I will see you on the next reading.